Mo Vaughn. Remember Mo
Baby.
Vaughn, Brig? How could you not? I used to
Well, we're about to
I
find
had a
out.
group of friends when I was growing up. We were the biggest Mo Vaughn fans for no other reason than the fact that we liked his name and he was a big old dude playing baseball.
That's
Right?
100% accurate. All of that is
So
true.
recently, in an interview with Ken Rosenthal in the Athletic, he admitted to using HGH late in his MLB career. He said he was injecting into his knee, which he injured in 1991. MLB banned HGH in 2005, by the way, and Vaughn retired in 2003. So it appears there was technically no violation. Vaughn was named in the Mitchell report, which is, I think, important to know
Yes.
that there may have been guys who were on that list who were not using banned substances, but may have been using gray area substances like HGH,
Oh yeah.
right?
Oh yeah. And again, we
uh,
talk about these substances like they're all going to make you freaking Hercules, right? That's not the case. It doesn't. But that being said, I'm not trying to absolve them. I feel like it's wrong for athletic performances and performers. It's just
well,
wrong.
what it does is it makes it so that it magnifies the work that you put in, right?
Some
Like
do.
I remember
Some
anabolic
just
steroids will
accelerate recovery.
right, anabolic steroids are gonna magnify the
Anabolic,
work that you
yes.
put in. Like
That's true.
somebody asked Ken Griffey Sr., "Why do you think Junior never used steroids?" And he's like, "Because he hated lifting weights." Like
Yeah,
it's that
that's
simple. He
true.
wasn't gonna do it because he didn't want to lift because he didn't like lifting weights. So there's that.
Well, makes
Um,
sense to me.
but yes, HGH does, like you said, accelerate the healing process. That's why guys use it, and I
Yeah,
think that's why Roger Clemens was tied to it. That's why Andy Pettit used it. So he said,
yeah, that's what he
right?
said. Yeah,
And the other thing you have to remember about HGH too is there was not testing for it because I believe it requires a blood test to
which the
test for
union was not.
HGH, and the union was not going to do
They
that.
were not hip to that. Yeah,
Yeah. So Mo Vaughn,
whatever.
three-time All-Star, Silver Slugger, 6 seasons with 26 plus home runs. Does this change your opinion of Mo Vaughn?
Uh, yes,
Yes, it does. In what way?
yes. Well, he's already a Red Sox player, so
No,
I didn't.
that.
Just kidding. That was totally a joke. No, I think it does. I think it changes it in two ways. The first is it now calls into question some of his play, right? However, and a caveat to that, a big one, is that this gives me new respect for him as a person, like as a human being. And I think a lot of this comes on the back of his coaching because he's now back involved in baseball and he's coaching his sons and his son's friends, and now they've opened a big facility and they're training kids all day long. And one of the things that I've heard about his training, his coaching staff that he's brought on, the whole sort of all the mojo they have is like, we're going to tell you the way it is. We're just going to tell it like it is. So it'd be hard to go into training young players under the banner of honesty without being honest, you know? So I think that for the good of the game, for him as a human being, for whatever, all these altruistic things, I think it's awesome. And he should be celebrated for his honesty.
Yeah, I can dig that. I like that. For me, one thing is that it might explain a description of his physique that I was given at one point. I went to a baseball camp as a kid.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was 11 years old. I went to a baseball camp, and I can't remember if I told you about this, Brig. So I was at this baseball camp, and there was a guy there, he's a pitcher. He's teaching everybody how to throw curveballs. And for the life of me, I could not do it. I was throwing gravity balls, and he's like, "Yeah, it's got good break." I'm like, "Dude, that's dropping because of gravity. That's not break." But so I was talking to him after, and I was like, "What's it like playing with Mo Vaughn?" I was like, "That dude's pretty big." He's like, "He is the strongest man I've ever met in my entire life." And everybody was like, "What? Mo Vaughn's like a fat guy?" And he's like, "No, no, he's not." He's like, "If you see Mo Vaughn with his shirt off, he's like, those are abs, dude." He's like, "That guy
Yeah.
has got abs stacked on
Yeah.
abs. He is shredded. He is jacked, and we're like, "Whoa, no way!
That's
So
awesome.
cool." So
I like that.
maybe that's how he got that jacked. I don't know.